Hey football fans, welcome to Locker Room on the Voice of the People TV. I am your host, Jerry Apel, and today we are all set to break down the most thrilling action from the pitch. And of course, join me, James and Mayo. Of course, David E makes a return. And so of course, it's all action-packed on the show this lovely evening. And of course, get ready for Inside Scoop and expert analysis. This is one show you don't want to miss. And of course, definitely introducing the guys first, just as we traditionally do. David to my left, and of course, James to my right. It's great to have you guys on Locker Room this evening.
A very good evening to you, Jerry, and also to our viewers. Another day to talk football, another beautiful day to talk of Nigerian NFF drama. A new one keeps on unfolding each day. And also, last night, don't forget what happened last night, the PFA Awards, where we saw a rather controversial one, not having Kopama in the Team of the Year. And also, Phil Foden winning the Player of the Year. Well, it's a fans' vote, but we'll just leave. When we get to that topic, we'll talk more about it. But it's a beautiful day to talk football, though.
All right, David E. makes a return.
Oh, well, thank you so very much for having me. It's a beautiful day and a good time to talk football. Interestingly, the season movie continues with the NFF and Nigerian football. I hate to want to bring out the cat out of the bag, but it's just what it is. Today, we will definitely be giving you the amazing episode of this season movie of NFF. It's just funny.
All right, so we'll say it is what it is. All right, so my wife, it's great to also have you as well joining us. Definitely, we are with another episode of Nigerian to the negotiation table with two-time AFCON winning coach, talking about Renard to take over as the coach of the senior national team of Nigeria. And their decision to revisit the issue of hiring the Frenchman came after talks with 61-year-old Swede Jan Anderson broke down, owing to some terms proposed in a deal for him to be the next coach of the Super Eagles. Renard, who is said to have demanded a basic salary of around $150,000 a month, is keen on handling the Super Eagles, and his representative has regarding the Super Eagles job. And on their part, the NFF are hoping to meet up with his demands as talks are advanced with a private firm who will cover his salary for the next 10 months. And of course, tagging duration, the first part of the proposed contract is expected to run for 10 months. And while they still have all hopes of reviving talks with Anderson, they are, of course, broadening their nets and, of course, their options by holding talks with Renard, who is still the preferred choice among the board members, and are also the president of the NFF, Ibrahim Gassal, who has the final say on the decision. So there you have it. James, David E., Maiwa, the three wise men, and of course, as the pilot today, I want to say they are taking us to where we don't know.
Jerry, please let me start first. I mean, the thing is this.
Yeah.
You know, I said it for the last 2 days on this same show that until Jan Anderson is brought to us in a media pally and we are seeing him face to face, that's when I would accept that they've appointed a coach. That the NFF, they always find a way to disgrace Nigeria. They have done it again. It's always they are stuck in trade. Dragging our name, dragging the football name, Nigerian football name in the dust again. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, there was, with what they were saying and with the news that broke yesterday as regards Jan Anderson being under contract and the rest of that, was an indication that they were never serious about this issue. See, Jerry, the honest truth is this. Samson Siasia is the person that they will appoint. This Averina story again that they are talking about, one private firm is paying, they want to give him 10-month contract and the rest of that. We already know it's not going to come to any fruition. I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but this has been a recurring decimal for the last 7 months. So like James has slightly been alluding and myself, it's going to be Samson Siasia. All these ones is just for show, and that's just the honest truth.
Anyway, just for sure, because for me, I think it's more like abracadabra. Is that the word?
The way
it's a magic show.
The way this NFF are toying with our emotions now is just too much. Yes, they were 2 days for the past 2 days. We have been hearing news that Anderson has been working behind the scene.
I think the thing is that
sorry to cut short. If there was never a time they concluded a contract signing and everything. Why is he working behind the scene? I don't understand. Because you will not tell me to come and resume work and I have not settled how I'll be paid, how the work will be done, what I'm coming to do. And I'll be working behind the scene.
It might be the sport minister is not comfortable with the fact that it's not going to be available for the Rwanda game.
No,
If, for instance, there's going to be a
from the news we just went through, there was they said an issue in the contract.
Maybe that could also be an issue. Him not being
They
available.
don't know. They didn't know that it was going to. He had a contract that he was going to
Negotiations-
September.
negotiations are still
I'm actually
on.
watching at the two of you like, okay, is this Gusau? Is this... because right now, the both of you are actually
No, we're going to
doing...
pick their brain.
You're actually trying
Yes,
to...
at this point, we're going to pick their brain. Because sometimes what
What a
NFF
job.
does, it makes you think as if
It makes
you are
you think like
normal.
you don't
Like,
have anything in your head again.
Like you just begin to phantom some decisions and some ideas that comes up in the mind of these NFF guys.
It's quite
And
disappointing
you are
right now because, okay, so let's, for instance, assume that there was an Anderson who have, gotten a pre-contract for the Super Eagles job, and then boom, somebody's coming to say, I would fund Harvey Renard. Common sense is not common.
Even the
NFF
Jan Anderson, the NFF is not going to pay. Someone that is going to pay. It's just like you
know
going
the-
to the market
you know
to
the
have
funny
said
thing?
before. You going to the market to price something. You don't have the money to buy it. It's the person who is giving you the money that will tell you what to buy. You are not to determine
You know the funny
what
thing?
you want to get.
The funny thing is, we don't want to go for somebody that is a short-term solution. 10 months before you. How many games we play in 10 months?
Yeah, that's quite short.
When is 10? Before you know, you play just 2 or 3 qualifiers.
And money is down.
And the money is down the drain. Let's not forget. The first 2 qualifiers is not going to start. That's this September. This
one
one
thing is
happening.
certain, they will owe him.
And this one.
So
I'm
if you
even
pay
talking about.
10
I'm even talking about the
Maybe
private firm.
is
I'm
going to
talking about
pay.
the private firm.
If I'm going to pay as a private firm,
After 10 months.
I'm going to collect Renard's account number.
No,
No, you understand what I'm saying?
I pay
After 10 months, Harvey Renard is paid and he's still in the job. Of course, 10 months is not about us going to the World Cup. So he will still have to continue with the job. If the firm is saying we're not paying anymore, who then will pay?
The contract is over if the firm doesn't pay. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. We cannot. We have to just stop
We are
focusing
the
on
mercy of the private firm.
this short-term solution
Yeah.
has not taken us anywhere. If we go back to years and what they have been doing, it has not taken us anywhere. Get somebody that we know who can afford, who can pay him for the next 4 years, 3 years, and will be comfortable with it, paying him. Then we'll see what he should give us his proposal of what he intends to get in the next 4 years. Having people that will come and do short-term solution. Averena now will come. If I thought you get this Averena for the next 10 months, how many games will they play? We are not playing the World Cup. We are not playing the World Cup.
2025. At
In
least,
10 months.
Yeah, in 10 months. It's recovered the Nations Cup
Round.
by next year.
James, the thing is this. I mean, they came out to tell us that Yanni Anderson is already working behind the scene. Even the list that they sent to him.
He cut. I even forget that part.
Yes, he has already chopped
I
off.
was not going to go anywhere close to that.
It was a government that chopped the list. He told the government in camera that that
Oh
list I'm
my
not to
God.
They
come.
even lied to us that they even told. No, let me not say lie. They told us that his assistants will be in charge of the first 2 games. So where did all this issue?
See, it's not
We
their
have in the
fault.
glass house.
It's not
We
their
have in the
fault.
glass house.
Marwa, see.
That's the almost a joke we have in the glass house.
If the NFF is self-sufficient, all of this would have been an issue, not an issue.
See,
Because one, those who are managing NFF don't know the kind of project that is on their hands because they don't understand what it means to
the brand
handle-
of the Super
Yeah,
Eagles.
they don't
In fact,
understand.
they don't understand branding. I dare say.
They don't have what it takes.
They
And that's
don't.
we
at this
just-
point, I don't even believe anything that we have been talking about for the past 2 days.
we are
I don't believe.
we are suffering because we have
I don't believe
hands that are
Because-
not capable.
You cannot tell
handling
me
the
that.
NFF.
You cannot tell me that somebody will be working in a place, in a firm, in an organization, or coach the Super Eagles, and they started working behind the scene for the past. Let's not forget this society. Like last week, his name came out to the press just early this week.
my
So he has been working with us for over 1
No,
week.
for instance,
and you're now saying the contract had issues.
See, for instance, if, for instance, the NFL was actually going for Jan Anderson and they've already made some conclusion and they went back to the minister or who is going to pay the salary and say that, but he's not going to be available for the game against Rwanda and what are they calling it?
Benin Republic.
Benin Republic.
Yeah.
And the sponsor says, why? He said he still has a contract and we are going to pay him. He's not going to be available for those games.
Sorry.
How much is Renard saying he's going to take again?
Jerry.
150,000.
Sorry.
Okay, you know what? Tell the analyst we don't want him anymore.
Yeah,
Are you have not signed the contract? Go and talk to Renard. whatever it says, I'm ready to pay. You know, it's just like that. It's, you know, I'm just giving you the other side of the whole situation.
Jerry, sorry for cutting you, and I'm sorry I'm getting in my feelings this afternoon, because this is really annoying me, to be honest with you. I'm getting in my feelings, and I'm sorry if I'm raising my voice or whatever it is. It's really
You have every right.
See, the thing is this. Let's look at it logically. There is no excuse for this. Before you even approach whatever private farm that's supposed to pay, all these details need to have been sorted out. I mean, you have not sorted out the details, yet you came out and you're informing Nigerians that you've already...
Does a beggar have a choice? Why you forgot a beggar has no choice? That is the situation we find ourselves.
It's like I'm going back to my Siasia tactics. All this is delay tactics. Siasia's ban is going to run out at the end of this week or maybe early next week.
If the person who is paying,
it's going to be apparent.
Do they have money to pay?
Do you think there's a private firm?
Do they have the money to pay?
If there was a private firm, what stopped them since 7 months?
Do you think that private firm will just come out of the blues? You know how many larges and...
Did the private firm specify? Did they specify any private firm? Did anybody talk?
Let's not forget.
Private firm in Nigeria want to invest in this NFF that don't know what they're doing?
Let's not forget, in recent times, even when Genocho was the coach, it was also the private firm that was paying. A private oil firm. I don't want to give them credit right now. Under Matthew Phoenix time. So the NFF has never, as in recent times, been responsible of paying our foreign coaches. So that is how bad it has been. It's just that obviously, it's obvious now at this moment because we are going to economic crunch. The country is in recess.
No, Jerry. This part I will not take. Which country is in recess?
No, the country is going economic recess.
That is why a lot of the private aircraft. No, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
No, wait. Why we are saying that the government has not been the one paying. The private firms who depend on the economy to give them enough capital to want to do such kind of CSR.
Right.
The companies are no longer interested because they are not even doing what they are struggling.
I want to ask you one question. Do you believe that there's a private firm now that want to invest their money in this NFF that don't know what they're doing?
They may be.
No.
Maewa, thank you.
They may be.
No. There is no.
They may be. Let me tell you.
As a businessman.
Let me tell you.
As a businessman, Jerry.
Let me tell you.
No, there's not to go.
No, for instance, wait, calm down. Let me tell you how it
before
works.
you tell me.
Even the private firm that would want to invest, if the sport minister approach a private firm and say, we are going to forgo your taxes and whatever you are owing the government, try as much as possible to pay the next coach. And
do you know how much Renard earns?
Wait, let me tell you.
That's about $150,000.
If a company is owing times 2 of what they are going to pay Renard and they are willing to let it go, you pay half of it and use to pay the coach. I think the company will be interested in such kind of.
It was Renard was
that is how it works. That is how it works.
Renard was requesting $150,000.
They are not going to pay. Even they are going
so $150,000 times what's the dollar rate?
They are not going to pay more than
$1,550. I'm here to call it. That's 232 million times 10 months.
If Renard is showing interest in the job, calm down. Wait. If Renard is now showing interest in the job,
yes,
they are not going to negotiate $150,000.
How much are they going to negotiate?
At least $80,000.
Who will take 80,000 from you people?
Wait, who is Renard that will be collecting $150,000? Come, forget about it. What's Renard going to bring to the table? Is he going to win the World Cup?
So why are you chasing him?
Why are you not chasing him? He has the quality.
If you know he has the quality, you have to pay the money.
But it's not.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, look at it. Nigerians at this point, if you are just tuning in here, this is interesting.
It's even 10 months.
NFF is telling Nigerians that right now, as it stands, Renard is in the picture. One firm from God knows where is going to bankroll Renard for the next 10 months. How interesting that is. And pay $2 billion.
Almost 2.5 billion.
Okay.
That's change for some companies.
Right.
That's if they give them tax
if they give them tax rebate.
That's what I'm telling you.
There is no way while they are doing the finance minister will give anybody tax rebate of $2 billion.
For 10 months.
Why not?
Come on.
They've been doing that even when the NNPC has been told not to pay money to the Federation account anymore, to use their money to settle. The country is broke. The only thing they are doing now, they are doing trade by barter. The country is in the trade by barter mode.
And you bought 150 billion naira aircraft. And so what are you saying?
And so, do you know whether?
Do you know what happened today?
Do you know how many Nigerians that would have been? I think I saw it on Twitter that Nigerians should be careful the way they are moving. Most especially those ones in China. They might be arresting them and saying that your country is owing. So you know that people they have been used for batter. Just even calm down. Let's
I mean, James, the thing is this. You can see the argument going on in the studio and the rest of that. See, let's be honest here. I can bet it with you. Tomorrow, this story we are reading now will change. Nobody's chasing Averina, and no company is going to pay.
That's what happens when you don't really believe it. That's why they have like told you so many lies and so many stories.
It's too many.
You no longer want to believe them.
There is a large trust deficit
Yeah,
at this point that is showing up
it's
here.
normal.
At this
It's
point,
normal.
if the
It's normal.
NFL comes out to say good morning, we have to check out.
Don't go outside and check.
And check if
It's
it's
not
good
money.
Anyway,
It's
because-
night.
Look at the amount of names.
We are in the business of giving information.
Of course, that's why we're here.
So that's why we're here. Any information we get, we'll try as possible to marry it and, of course, give you unadulterated information.
Renard.
Anyway, we have you also on good authority that the Super Eagles training camp for the 2025 AFCON qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda will begin on the 1st of September, as officials have confirmed. And the team's first match is scheduled for September 7 against Benin Republic, with a kickoff time set for 5 p.m. And 3 days later, the Super Eagles will travel to Rwanda for their second AFCON qualifier. The next international break is set to take place between September 3rd and 10th.
And we don't have coach.
Can I tell you the result of these games?
We will lose one and draw one.
And Gavon is capable. He has what it takes.
We will lose one and draw the other.
Actually, I actually thought I was modest, right?
We lose to Genetra here.
Then draw the
Benin
other
Republic.
one. Then draw the other
We've
one.
done it before. It's not
You
easy.
do think?
We lost to Benin Republic before. So you can happen again.
Oh, Genetra.
It's sad that the NFF took 7 months and have not still gotten coach. We will drag this matter till September, November, if possible December. Because
I'm trying to find
Pesero
out.
left.
I'm trying to
Let's just
find out.
cancel January, February. Pesero, we knew Pesero was not going to continue after January, February. Look at, from January, we're in August. August is 21st. In 9 more days,
And somebody's
we are
still
done
in
with
job.
August. And somebody is still in job. What has he been doing?
You know,
Even if you are looking for chicken inside the forest, in 9 months, in 7 months, you have gotten something out of it. You will have seen feathers.
you are,
Or where it's
you are
going
talking
to.
of chicken. Then they born Peking, human being, premature. 7 months, 8 months.
And they
Let's not
survive.
go there. But the truth is, as it stands, it only goes to show how much of a bunch of, I don't want to, for lack of horrible words, bunch of individuals that we have in the glass house. 7 months down the line, the NFF is still not yet to give Nigeria a credible coach, even if it's the smallest of coach in the local league. Let them boldly say, this is the ones we're giving you. We keep hearing Tom
They
Sanfier.
had the Lechuku yesterday now. And Adamboso.
They were even happy that they were. Electric was even. Fidelis was even
it's still on the
happy
card. Even if
that
Renard
he might.
comes in, those names will still be on the card.
Which card?
To assist Renard.
Well, as backroom staff, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Just keep calm. Keep calm. All
You
is
know,
well.
you know the irony of all of this, and this is the part that really hurts me. If you're going to pick Harvey Renard, fantastic coach, he has his pedigree, he has all of the records. What does that do to the Nigerian coach in the league? That's one. Two, what does that do developmentally to the Nigerian football? Even from the Super Eagles down to the under 17 or even under 8.
You know the annoying thing.
There is never a blueprint,
You know the
and we
annoying
spend billions of naira
The annoying thing
giving
is-
these individuals every other month. I'm sorry.
The annoying thing is
From now till God knows when, we're just a joke.
Averena is going to be there. If at all it's
We're
true,
just-
because I don't believe this story. If at all it's true, Averena will be there for 10 months. After he leaves, I'm very sure the NFF cannot keep up. So I'll give them like extra 3-4 months before they will start owing him. And Averena is someone that will not take the rubbish they will be doing. He will leave. They will now come back to this same system that we have been since January, looking for coach. And that's 7 months straight. Looking for coach. That will even be worse.
James has suddenly become a conspiracy
Because at
theorist.
this point, this is what the NFF, this is what the NFF are putting us.
This is what Nigeria.
This is what they are putting us through.
James is not a conspiracy theorist. Why? I don't know. You are not a prophet of doom, or which one?
I mean, see, the thing is this: it's very simple. Let me start with what David said the other time. For a lack of better term, and for us to be able to censor what we say on TV, so we don't say something that will, that very offensive and just all that. Because I mean, the anger is so much. I'm trying to just control my own temper here, so I don't say what I'm not supposed to say on TV. But the thing is this: the first of all thing we have to do is this: what we are seeing now is the result of quota system. Quota system brought these guys in, and that's the reason why we have not been able to move forward with our football. Eighth grade team, they are practically dead. Even the national team is going on the verge of dying with the way they are handling football. We have to first of all get it right in terms of appointing the right people into the right place. A Gusau-led NFF should not be individuals that should be in the NFF. That's the number one thing we need to correct. Number two, I think we have to stay out of the Nations Cup and the World Cup. The next two games, if we lose them and we don't qualify, no money will come in, no dollars will come in for participation.
Right.
Then when there is no money, people who have genuine interest, in running football probably might turn up at that particular point in time when there's no money to share, and probably we might move forward. Quota system has to go. Then we should not qualify for the next two for the World Cup and the Nations Cup. Then probably we'll get it right. Then for the number 3 thing, should they appoint an Renard? The thing is this: if we are able to solve problem number 1, which is the quota system issue, and we have the right people in the right places, we are going to have a blueprint. I will take you back to the late 80s when Westerhoff was employed. Westerhoff had a blueprint of where he wanted Nigeria to be. Nigeria had never qualified for the World Cup, and his mandate was, I wanted to get Nigeria to the World Cup. He had a 6-year blueprint, and he was able to achieve World Cup in 5 years, 89, and by 94 we were in the World Cup. Yes, the government in power at that particular time, lacks all this bureaucracy you have to pass through now and the rest of that.
Right.
I'm not advocating for that kind of government. However, things were done right, because in as much as they had their own shortcoming, as per our football was priority. But the kind of people we have now, because of bureaucracy that is involved, the kind of people who are holding key positions to grow our football, they are a set of individuals that quota system brought into a system. So if we fix the quota system issue, we will not be having this same problem we are having, and that's and that's how we are going to solve this problem. If they take out all these people now and bring another set of quota system in again, we'll still come back and have this discussion again. Some couple of months or some couple of years down the line, and that's how we solve the problem.
Very
quota system, and we'll be fine.
Very unfortunate, and I dare say that's even what's killing every single sport in Nigeria, because even the one that is looking like it has one tiny breast for football is the one we are crushing.
What's
it called? The Tigers. They did amazingly well at the Olympics. What is the follow-up? I'm not even. The most interesting part of this for me is Renard is a fantastic coach. He has his pedigree. But my question is, the firm that wants to pay Renard, why didn't they come up when Jose Pizarro was there?
They never existed. They are not. There's no firm now that wants to pay Renard.
We know.
Go code. I don't even believe in one atom.
Events unfold.
Right.
Let's just
after 7 months.
Let's not be emotional.
After 7 months.
Let's not be too emotional. The thing is that we are in a situation where
Maiwa was making mention of quota system, and now it has affected our football, the NFF, and everything.
It's obvious.
It's very obvious. One practical example is we don't even have to go far as the 90s. Just look at a case of Manchester United under the Glazers family and Manchester United under Ineos in the space of 1 year. What they have done, what they have happened in the transfer market.
Is clear.
The difference is with his good name that he's enjoying himself with his own ambassadorial deal. He should not come and be doing NFL.
Let me paint a scenario for you. During the last NFL Congress held by Amaju Pinnick's tenure,
right,
and why Amaju Pinnick did not continue, because he was the longest NFL president, was the fact that the Super Eagles did not qualify for this last World Cup. Immediately Nigeria did not qualify for the World Cup, the so-called cabals from the Northern Bloc already had a resolution that Amaju Pinnick must go. And Pinnick, during his last, his last speech to these fellow comrades from the various FAs who were there, and even the press that were there, he said, when the next NFL president comes, don't pressure him. Don't say because he did not qualify for the World Cup, you have to let him go. Meanwhile, everybody was still believing that Amaju Pinnick was going to run for third term. But he saw the handwriting on the wall. They already told him, don't even try it. You will end up in disgrace. The likes of the former Super Eagles international, I want to remember his name now. He was a goalkeeper back in the days. We interviewed him. He came with beautiful flyers, beautiful promises on what he was. We didn't even know Gasol then. Gasol was not at that Congress. That is the truth. Gasol was not at that Congress. We had Shey Udiko. Shey Udiko was there. Was the NPFL, one of the big guys in the NPFL then. We're just asking who was. Even the Abuja State FA chairman was also going to contest.
And all of a sudden,
we interviewed him
everywhere gone cold.
Even the likes of Gabriel Lawa refused to be interviewed. Most of the FA from the northern side, they've already had a caucus meeting behind the scene that the next NFL president was going to come from their region. And they were going to select who they felt. That all others were just busy campaigning. And even, I was even feeling for Seyi Akiwumi. You could see his mood. He knew that the time was up, even though he was going to run.
Yeah.
Even when he was still saying he was going to campaign, you know, they all try and gather the press to share and underscore.
Yeah.
Estaco to go behind the scene to encourage the press. They were not bothered in doing that because they knew that it was not based on who and who they were able to pay.
What a time.
Who and who they were able to make sure that they lobby to win. You know, so when Gasol's name popped up, I was shocked. I was saying, who is Gasol? All of a sudden, the CV started coming out from nowhere. All of a sudden...
It's an angel investor. You know what they call angel investor? It's an angel investor.
You did not just see those words.
So that's how it works. It works. Once someone got to that somewhere, I picked him and said, you are the shining light and with the shining armor. Stand up, arise, you are anointed, you are now a knight, you are now the next NFL president. That is how it is.
But it is. The unfortunate truth is, Nigerian football is nosediving with the fastest pace.
These guys don't care. All these things you are saying is just emotion. They don't care. What they care about is to put their person there. The person who can, you know, when they meet, I'm telling you, the interest of the country is no longer the discussion. The discussion is who takes the largest pie, who has his person there, whose region is next, whose person should be favored. It's not about who has the capability, who is going to deliver, who has the quality. That is no longer the discussion. That's why you have people like Odigbami who continue to contest and will not win. You are going to have interested people who have what it takes, will not win. We even had luck that we had Amadou Pini because he had some pool. He had, during his time, we're not having issues of who was going to pay next coach, we don't have money, we are broke. Sponsors were coming in. The economy was actually doing well. Not the trade battle economy that we are doing right now. Give me, I give you.
Yeah, Jerry, the thing is this. You know, I mentioned the angel investor the other time. And I want to take you back to when Facebook was just launching. There was some particular guys that, you know, invested and they called themselves angel investor. And when Facebook took off, they made billions of naira. They made billions of dollars when Facebook took off. I think the case of Gusau was an angel investor. And you know, it's his time to cash out, and that's what we are seeing now. I mean, thank God you were there in the Congress and you saw exactly what was going on in that particular Congress. How can a Gusau that nobody knows anything about just pops up from nowhere and becomes the NFF president? It just shows that, you know, he was an angel investor investing behind the scene, and that was the reason why his name came out, and it's his time to cash out. I hope he cashes out on time and let us and release our NFF for us, and let us find somebody who is competent to be able to be able to run football for us. Because if not, well, we are already in trouble. To be honest.
From the body language of Gasol, it shows that the man is not under pressure. He's not even interested. Whether the Super Eagles, if the Super Eagles only qualify for the World Cup, he can leave when his tenure is up. Another Congress comes in, they select somebody in the same style to replace him, and of course, status quo continue. And of course, someone has even said that, Uchechukwu Regbu says that, can journalists please come out? Let's protest. Unfortunately, journalists were not allowed to protest. We're only allowed to give you information on what is going on. And he said they are killing the last sport that has a very promising future. We saw the last Olympics. It was a show of shame. A lot of billions was spent.
We couldn't produce one silverware.
What is silverware? We couldn't produce a spoon.
Let's not forget there was a particular time, the particular Rio Olympics. That was at the time Goodluck Ebele or Jonathan was on.
Also on that bad Olympics.
Jonathan was quick enough to come after the Olympics, he was quick enough to intervene, revamp the whole association, and I think the next Olympics we were able to come out with like about 6 or 7 medals or so.
He came out with better medals.
Now look at us. Now we are back to Jonathan has left. Now we have somebody else. Look at what we went to. Don't forget the embarrassment that we faced. First, somebody Ophelia was not registered in the 100-meter race. We were borrowing bicycle. In Paris, we left Nigeria to France to go and borrowing bicycle to train.
The Olympics before this one, Enekwachi was washing his jersey for the next
day.
The next game.
Nigeria will do us.
Forget about all these things.
And we spent 12 billion. Even the tigers that they are talking about, majority of them, they were from outside Nigeria. They didn't own their skin in Nigeria. They are from America and the rest of that.
And let's not forget this same Olympics. We have seen athletes come out to say they were paying. Let's not forget this same Olympics that just concluded. We have seen athletes, some of our athletes that represented Nigeria came out to say they were paying the federation to train. You know, their own money.
You represent your country. The last Olympics before this one,
yeah,
there was a telecom phone company that distributed a lot of gadgets to these athletes that they should give it to them. Did you know that the NFL, I'm used to the NFL, the officials shared these gadgets among themselves and refused to give to the athletes. And they were even looking for where to sell them over there.
That's very true.
To get dollars.
So presently, I have the good authority that the Athletics Federation of Nigeria had denied speaking to any journalist as concerning the last Olympics. We keep going back and forth with all of this, and that's to tell you that when the head is bad, no bother yourself. The entire body is terrible.
The corruption in this
bringing it back to NFF, right? So the NFF for me, just like you mentioned, quota system has really dealt with us, and it's still dealing with us, and we're not even looking like we're leaving there anytime soon. But the very interesting part is, how soon would we get it right before it goes decaying more than this? We see Ghana, our neighboring country, appoint the likes of Avram Grant, Chris Hutton, at least those two fresh names.
They are not dealing, our brothers in Ghana, they are not dealing with the same situation we are dealing with, quota system. They don't have a Wazobia issue. So leave our brothers alone.
David and the guys in the studio, see, the thing is this, we just spoke about, the Olympics and just that. Yes, we digress a bit from local, but we have to talk about these things. Go and check all these federations. Who are their heads? How did they get there?
No go there,
quota system. And we have, we are disgracing ourselves. Somebody is going to borrow bike in France.
They even posted it.
They forgot to register an athlete. Sport minister had to go to France.
For me,
and all this debacle, and they spent 12 billion on 0 medals.
The sport minister shot himself in the foot. I don't know why the federation allowed that. For me, that sport, we were not ready for it. It was a 9-minute call. We shouldn't have taken it. That was a national embarrassment. That was a suicide mission. And eventually, we didn't even hear whether the athlete did well or whether after he went. He just succeeded in bringing us out. Exposing us. The only
competitions Nigerians are doing very well in the world is competition that does not need too much amenities. That's football.
Yeah.
You can just wrap paper and use rubber ring and one sellotape to hold it, and you can be kicking down. See, when you have money to develop a bit, contribute, and you get a rubber ball, and when you want to use goalpost, you can just use slippers, monkey post, use tires. That's what we are doing very well. Any club that needs us to get the basic amenities like a basketball court, do we have how many basketball courts do we have in Nigeria? Cycling, how many good bicycles, how many good roads do we even have that cyclists will use?
We have one of the best indoor cycling velodrome in the world, one of the best. It's in Abuja. Now they say they are using it for events, for church events. And so on. We have one of the best facilities in the world, where that athlete who went to Boro by school would have trained and be competing among the world best.
Lately?
No, let's just not even go there.
Let's not even go there.
Let's talk about some other things where Nigerian striker Victor Boniface has been given a match ban and fined €25,000 for an offensive gesture during the German Super Cup match. He will miss a German Cup match, but will be available for Bayer Leverkusen's opening Bundesliga match against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And of course, the young man again came online and said some other things. I don't know whether they are going to ban him from using social media.
I think we have the reaction already. I think we have that reaction from Boniface on his Snapchat account. Yeah.
Yeah, he said after receiving a red card in the Super Cup, Martin Terrier has been banned for 2 domestic cup games by the DFB. Victor Boniface has also been banned for 1 domestic cup game and fined 25,000 euros. And of course, he said something under it, talking about it, that he was going to block. He was going to block the Bundesliga. Oh, I don't know who he's going to block.
Okay, if you beat
If you beat me for the next 3 months, I feel block you. Let's all be guided. that is Victor Boniface. Sorry. He's taking his clothes. Let him not allow the club to seize his phone.
Well, that can happen because he's an adult, and of course he will have the rights to all of his gadgets. But the most important part for me is the guy know they tire.
They should log him out.
This thing happened practically less than 3 hours ago. I think enough to take up to his Snapchat to go and. He has warned all the Nigerians, all these Nigerians that are quick to enter his DM. Come and do giveaway. Come and dash me money. He has warned you guys for the next 3 months.
Don't bill him. If you know, maybe his family member can bill him. You know you are not related to him. Don't ask him on there. If not, he will block you straight.
Convert 25,000 euros to naira. You understand the reason why he's saying that?
All right, let's talk about some interesting things that happened in England last night. Definitely would have been the talk of the town, and of course, maybe tomorrow we'll dedicate time to talk about the PFA Player of the Season. We have it on good authority that Chelsea's Kopama was surprisingly left out of the PFA Premier League Team of the Year, despite an impressive debut season. However, he made it up by winning the PFA Premier League Young Player of the Year award. Meanwhile, Manchester City's Erling Haaland and Rodri made the team after leading City to a record-breaking 4th Premier League title. Other notable players who made the cut include Arsenal's David Raya, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, as well as Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice, and not leaving out Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk and Aston Villa's Oli Watkins. For me, I felt that Kopama was robbed of the PFA Player of the Year. For me, Phil Foden is definitely not the man. If they are giving it to Erling Haaland, I would have even preferred it.
I think they have given it to Rodri. And I would prefer it to Foden.
He won the Golden Boot last season.
Yes.
Erling Haaland.
Yes.
And Man City won the league. Why did they not give him the PFA Player?
So I honestly would say that right now there is a major bias with this selection. The fact that Palmer did not make the team of the season, that's another interesting joke. The fact that Haaland also did not pick that award, if Haaland is not going to pick it, Rodri should pick it. Why if you fold in a young man that just had 1 or 2 4 spells? I'm sorry, he possibly did a bit more than what he did last season. And you want to look at it from the point of, did Haaland not score the goals this past season? Yes, he did. Did he deliver? Yes, he did.
I'm not even talking about Haaland. I'm not even talking about Haaland.
It's a daring habit.
Let's say when you move the numbers of goals and assists Phil Foden had from Man City last season, it wouldn't have stopped them from winning the league.
Yeah,
of course.
Without Phil Foden,
of course.
But now when you take that same example to Kopama, remove the goals and assists Kopama had for Chelsea last
season. Chelsea will be relegation threatened.
So who was much more important for that team?
They would have joined the relegation team.
I was surprised. I was surprised he was not in the team of the season. I know they just gave him the player of the for that's just a compensation. But when you look at who was more influential for their team, I think Kopama was much more influential for more than all of them.
If Palmer did win the young player and also win the PFA player, it wouldn't have even posed any argument because the guy single-handedly took Chelsea out of the doldrum. And I dare say again, I don't know the yardstick for all of the voting, but I honestly believe that
the players that voted.
They were all biased. I mean, if you even look at it from the perspective of the kind of players that voted, who are the players that voted?
The thing is that I think Foden took advantage of the fact that
it's just wrong.
The time he picked was the period where the voting was actually taken.
Kopama was practically on fire all through season.
Haaland was scoring at the time.
You know, there was a time Haaland, there was a goal drought for some period.
I think for about 2-3 games.
That's the funny thing about
I just feel Kopama should have gotten this award easily. And it should also be in the team of the season. Him not being in the team of the season alone is even crazy because Odegaard was not able to produce half of the numbers he did last season. The numbers Kopama was able to produce was almost times two.
They had to bring Oli Watkins to the right wing I don't know what Oliver Watkins was doing there. And they
Sorry,
brought in,
I still want to ask one name.
Oliver Watkins has a good season.
Oh, yes, he did.
Jerry,
But not close to
Jerry,
Kopama.
I want to ask one question. Should Van Dijk, does it
Van Dijk shouldn't have been there too.
Thank you, give me 5.
No, forget about that. Van Dijk shouldn't have
I
been
know
there
the fact that you're
because they
honest.
considered a lot of goals last
I know the
season.
fact that you're honest
And
that
it
Van Dijk should have
was
been
part of the
that.
reasons why Liverpool could not maintain the
Oh,
Premier
yes,
League
yes.
to push.
He had a flop.
The
He had a
defense-
flop at the
the
end.
defense was floppy last season.
For this thing that you just said, I will buy a biscuit outside.
If I'm Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, fantastic season.
Oh, for me, Saliba is totally worth
clean
it.
sheet
It's-
is-
it's-
and Gabriel,
I think that's about the second or the third time
The thing
he's
is
been
that-
in the team of the season. He was in France as well before he came to the
Because
Premier League.
is Van Dijk
he's been
meant to be
consistent.
on the left or right back? That's what I don't know. I don't know why they put him there. Whether he's going to play if they want to start.
Coordinator, he will
Maybe he will stay
stay
in the left or right
behind Gabriel and
Or maybe it's a
Saliba.
3-man back they are looking at.
Come on,
Maybe
come
a
on.
3-man
Even
back.
at a three-man back, what is his name doing there?
So they have
Van
to
Dijk.
squeeze. They have to squeeze in. They have to make him
Even Martin
look-
Odegaard said,
let
I don't know
us
what he's doing
put
there. Let me
names
not lie. When you compare the Odegaard numbers and Kopama's numbers, come on. I think it's obvious. Kopama's numbers
crazy.
were almost...
The fact that
Odegaard-
Kopama is not in that team is actually crazy.
I just hope he can replicate the same form he had last season in this current season, and maybe he might be in the conversation more. I think he deserves more than what he's getting currently. What did Phil Foden do last season? That Phil Foden is becoming the best player, the PFA player of the year.
Foden was also in the team of the season.
Oh, yes, it was.
Wow. It's a shame. It's a shame. But this is my wa. Before we go.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is very simple. I was expecting Kopama to win it. I mean, Kopama gave his all, joined Chelsea in January, and he turned the season of Chelsea around. I mean, I can never forget that Kopama put me in singlet at the end of the season. And I mean, if not for his performance, I would have
That one,
gotten
you
away
can never
with,
forget it.
I mean, I would have gotten away with saying that Chelsea will not make top 6, and they did. So it just showed the bias that they have. If Phil Foden winning it does not make any sense. Rodri had a better season than Phil Foden and even Haaland. I would have expected Kopama to win, but in any case, democracy has spoken. There's nothing Kopama can do.
This is not INEC. I feel you.
demo. It's crazy demo.
Yeah, that's it all. Demonstration of grace.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it's all good. Time not really our friend. We'll have to wrap it up. I want to say big thanks, my one, for being a part of the show. James, it's been awesome having you as well.
For having me.
Of course, David, it's always
Thank
a
you
pleasure
so much
having
for
you.
having us.
I don't know, Kobe Mino should have made the cut, right?
Nah.
Wow.
Nah.
I beg you.
I was expecting him to go that way.
The fact that I agreed that Van Dijk should have...
I saw him go. This guy, he will not take it in good
think
faith.
you're player of the year, you're player of the year.
This season. After game week 1, he has the most tackles in the league.
He used that one to win. He should use that one to win the PFA young player of the season.
Don't worry, he's 18.
Like,
He's 18. He has time.
I'm not 18. In fact. All right, this some other comments on YouTube says NFF, what a joke, their goodness me. Okay, all right. Of course, we've already read Chechuku's one saying that can journalists please come out to let's protest. Definitely will not be a part of that. Journalists don't protest. We only cover protest. All right. NFF's crew is like a conference of confused crooks and clowns. Okay. Uchechuku says, okay, he's making the Bioware crack. And of course, this one says, we know the Go Nations Cup. That's in Pidgin. And of course, it says the World Cup, because of Gasol, wow, it's really pathetic. I didn't say it's because of Gasol, but maybe that's your own way of seeing it. Yeah, definitely. He says the sad situation Nigeria have found themselves with this NFF. Yeah, that is the way we find ourselves. All right. Thank you very much, all those guys who comment. Continue to drop your comments. Definitely after the show. We'll also go back to the comments tomorrow when we come back. And of course, don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Do like our page on Facebook. We're also on TikTok. We're on Twitter as well. Of course, my handle is at Jerry Nice Geek on Twitter if you want to follow me up there. Of course, your Twitter handle or Instagram. Which one?
Kida Amani on Instagram.
All right, and Kida. David?
King_David_E. So that's about it.
We are calling it a set. Maiwa. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be Oluwama _ that is OLUWAMAL _ on Twitter.
All right, that's fantastic. All right, big thanks to the guys behind the scenes. My friend, not leaving out Ikechukwu, and of course Samuel, and of course Jeremiah. My name is Jerry Apelahai, saying thanks for being a part of the show. Until we meet again, stay safe, and if not to anything at all, do it the sport way.